Relationships and how they would turn out are in three parts: compromise, contentment, and catastrophe. Are you an alpha male who has a hard time keeping a relationship? Well, don't beat yourself up because I'm like you. Until I came into contact with the knowledge that I will make you privy to, all of my relationships ended in its second month, and on rare occasions, the third month. Keeping a woman involves maintaining your relationship and keeping it healthy. These two factors are proportional to each other. This is a problem that even the most experienced of us alpha males encounter and sometimes falter. 7 golden rules to keeping and maintaining your relationship. Let's dive into it. The trust factor. It's not a real highlight when people talk about relationships. I tell you, as a trusted friend, that trust is the foundation of all relationships, intimate or otherwise. I want you to understand that if you're going to spend just a year with this girl, you have to learn to trust her. It is both ways, but yours is most important because it is yours to give. I'm sure you've seen elderly couples in your city, and when you get the opportunity to speak to them, you'll get to understand that the only way the two old couples could stay together that long requires that they trust each other. Some things will never change, like it or not, and one of them is trust. I know you're afraid of coming back unannounced from work and finding some stranger on your bed getting busy with your girl. We're all afraid of that, but you'd have to trust her not to do that. I hear someone grumbling that he did what I said and she still cheated. Trust is earned, and it's not thrown to just any chick that comes by. Don't take it personally, but if you give it to her when she hasn't earned it, you'd be the one licking your wounds later. Trust her, but she has to earn the trust. And as the good book says, when the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do, right? Trust is the foundation of all relationships. If you want to keep her and maintain that relationship, you must give her your trust. If you don't trust her, I'll advise you to walk away. Be her friend. Point 2 might graze on many of you studs, but it is the truth. Too many of you prefer to be with your boys at the bar or watching a game than spending time with the girl that you love. When asking her out, you spent time with her, but after that you just stopped giving her the attention that you once gave her. Being friends requires that you give her your attention when she needs it, and sometimes even when she doesn't. It is not wrong to hang out with the boys, but when you're with her, be with her. Don't get distracted by your friends. There is so much that being friends with her translates to. You listen to her, compliment her, be a shoulder to cry on. It might be misinterpreted that if you do this, you are not man enough. How wrong those assumptions are. When the curtain is drawn and all opinions fall to the ground, it is your actions that truly matter. She's having a big event. What is a friend expected to do? Be there for her. Don't abandon her when she needs you the most because you have a game to catch. Friendship requires attention, and if you can't be her friend, then dude, you'd better make her a booty call because you can't live with someone that you're not friends with. A word is enough for the wise. I repeat, be her friend. Don't cheat. Don't wiggle your head at this point there, stud. Where I come from, dating more than one woman is greatly celebrated. You are looked upon as a legend when you can juggle 7 girls at one time and have none of them find out. Listen, by watching these videos, I know you aren't one of those losers who think they already know everything. Even if you've only watched one video on this channel, you still clicked on it, and that shows that you have a fire inside of you to start improving. You already showed the willpower. The only thing you need is a path. I've put down 10 modules which you can see as ladders. Every module or ladder will exactly explain to you step by step how to get to the top. From achieving peak masculinity, advanced testosterone optimization, getting women, mastering the game of exchanging value, to actual money-making methods, and even more. I've literally laid the groundwork for you to become jacked, attractive, rich, and of high social status. You don't lack motivation. You just lack the knowledge and trust in the path that you're taking. You can continue messing around in the never-ending cycle of taking paths that lead to nothing, or click the link in the description down below. How childish I was. But when the veil fell from my eyes, I've never looked at things the same. When you find a good lady and you begin to spend time with her, you'll discover that she's not perfect. Isabella, you so beloved, has imperfections and pecadeos. that you'll see when you get close to her, but it shouldn't prompt you to cheat on her. That's right. The only reason you will ever cheat is because you feel that Brazilian goddess has what your significant other can't give you. Let me let you in on a secret. That goddess also has imperfections. You just haven't gotten really close to her. When you find that lady that pleases you and turns your heart around, the one thing you shouldn't do is cheat on her. It is the major destructor of trust. A relationship shattered by promiscuity is almost impossible to revive. And when you do cheat, you learn the secret most men learn the hard way. That whatever you enjoyed doing wrong could be given to you by your girl. To keep a woman requires faithfulness, and if you persist on that path, it'll maintain your relationship. Let her have her space. I knew a guy who approached a girl he had been crushing on since high school, and she said yes. He had asked her out before in college, but she had turned him down. So going again was just a shot in the dark. But it did come up with a surprise. He couldn't believe it. For the whole next month, he was inseparable from her. Any time I called Kevin, he was with his high school crush. And just 2 months into the relationship, she broke up with him. He kept trying to understand why, but the truth was he had lost his uniqueness, and she was no longer interested. Whether you like it or not, you've got to understand that having your space is as important as your sanity. It is what makes you unique, and it is in this space that we can think clearly. Ladies love a little bit of space. I understand you love that chick, but you don't have to overwhelm her to prove it. When she tells you to get a life, it's because that she is the only world that you have. And that is just not good. To keep and maintain a good relationship with your lady, you have to do something of your own. Start a project, a business, or even a YouTube channel. The two of you should be interdependent, but not independent. Alpha males will understand what I'm talking about. Patience and long-suffering. It is time for me to preach a little to you students of the game. You've got to get your patience and long-suffering up. If you like it or not, that perfect-looking angel that seems impeccable at the moment will do something to offend you. I don't know how much to emphasize this point, and you've got to understand that we all get offended, alpha or beta males. Sometimes you might be prompted to lash out at her for not doing something the way you want, but I implore you to apply long-suffering. You've got your flaws, and the reason that she's still with you is because she doesn't criticize you for it. She knows that you would change. She is patient, letting time do its work while taking in your mistakes. Do to others what you'll have them do to you. I implore you to be patient. Take in your girl's mistake and be hopeful that she'll change. That's a significant factor in enjoying a long-lasting relationship. Forgiveness. You might be asking the difference between applying long-suffering and forgiveness. The 2 points are very different. Long-suffering has to do with something that falls short of your expectations. It might not be wrong, but it doesn't quite meet your standard. But forgiveness should be applied when your girl actually does something wrong by all standards. An excellent example of a scenario where you must be the bigger one and forgive is when she lies to you. Now, we are all prompted to lie every now and then, and she's not an exception. When that angel of yours passes off some lousy dark energy lying to your face, you should forgive if you want that relationship to continue smoothly. Your girl's error or fault might not be lying, but you should be willing to be selfless and forgive. Passion in the bedroom. All the points above have nothing to do with the other room, pun intended. But for your relationship to be successful, this factor has to be dealt with appropriately. Passionate sex doesn't end with you enjoying it. Your angel has to as well. Sex takes 2 to tango, and if it's gonna be done right, you both gotta like it. So, many ladies comment like, he's charming, kind, and a very nice guy. He just doesn't satisfy me. I've heard comments like, if he has money, nothing else matters. But so many ladies have been caught cheating on their wealthy husbands. Satisfying your lady takes time and understanding, and you have to be willing to tread that path. While at it, sex. Communicate with her, and trust me, you will have that lady stay with you for the rest of your life. These points are streamlined, and if you do them right, you will have your woman stick to you. I'm not promising you a smooth ride, but in all the bumpiness, you will scale through. Click on the following video to see the package that we have prepared for you. Yay. Goodbye.